Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to apologize for my crackly, raspy voice. I am sick with a cold. So this comfort food video comes at the perfect time because tonight's comfort food recipe that is both family and Weight Watchers friendly is going to be homemade chicken noodle soup with artisan bread. And I am so excited because my throat is scratchy and raspy, and homemade chicken noodle soup sounds amazing. It is so low point and so hearty and delicious that it is the perfect recipe for a crisp fall day for your family and those of you that are following Weight Watchers. So let's get started making our homemade chicken noodle soup. Let's get started on our comfort food meal. I am sick with a cold, so I am so excited about tonight's comfort food. I am going to make comforting homemade chicken noodle soup. So here's everything that is in my chicken noodle soup. So we have quite a large amount of chicken broth. So you need two 32-ounce boxes and then a can. Here's my chicken all defrosted. I'm going to dice up some carrots, some celery, some onions, and I've got some Italian seasoning. The recipe called for thyme, but I don't have any. So I'm going to use Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and then no yolks noodles. So this is everything that is in my chicken noodle soup recipe. And I'm going to serve this with a side of artisan bread, and I will show that to you guys as well. All right, once you've cut everything up, we're going to put everything into one big pot and bring it to a boil with the exception of the noodles. So this is such an easy recipe. The hardest part, of course, is the prep. So we're gonna go ahead and put in all of our chicken broth. So we have two 32-ounce boxes. And I did go ahead and turn my stove on to high since we are gonna be bringing all of this to a boil. So there's one and two. And a tip, you guys, with chicken broth, make sure that you're shaking up your box because a lot of the pieces of chicken will settle at the bottom. So make sure that you shake up your box pretty good. Same with your can. So we're going to add the can of chicken broth as well. And then we're going to add in our seasoning. So we have our salts. And as you know, I don't measure salt and pepper. I usually just do it to taste. And we are going to add our pepper, same thing. You can always add a little bit more salt and pepper before you eat it as well. And then we're going to go ahead and add the Italian seasoning. And then we are going to put in our diced up chicken. Be careful because your pot, depending on the size, this pot is pretty full. And then we are also going to put in all of our vegetables. There's our onion, our celery, and our carrots that we diced up. So all of that is going to go in there, and we're going to bring this to a boil before we add in our noodles. So it'll be just a couple of minutes for this to all come to a boil. And this is what the soup looks like once I've added everything to it. If you stir it around a little bit, you can see all my chicken and vegetables and things in there as well. So I'm going to let this get to a boil. All right, and once your soup comes to a boil, like mine has here, you're going to reduce the heat and put the lid on it and allow it to simmer for about 10 additional minutes. All right, once your soup has simmered for about 10 minutes, gives a chance for the vegetables to soften and the chicken to get cooked. You are going to add in 3 ounces of no yolk noodles. I did weigh these out on my food scale. And then you are going to allow this to continue to cook uncovered for about 8 more minutes, and that will allow the noodles to cook through. And then you are ready to serve it. We're going to serve our soup with this artisan bread. I went ahead and sliced it into 3 classic point amount of bread serving, and I will put the other points on the screen for you. I did add a little bit of butter to my husband's, but I'm just going to have mine plain. It is seasoned with the rosemary and potato, so I'm going to just dip that into my chicken noodle soup. All right, and here is the completed dinner. So the serving size is 2 cups. So this is 2 cups of the chicken noodle soup. Of course, I will put all of the points on the screen and link the description in the description box below the recipe. And then I am going to have my slice of the artisan bread and then an orange bubbly sparkling water. So this is going to be dinner. And the last thing that I will share with you guys is my comfort food dessert, which I will have in just a little bit. So this looks so good. It's going to feel amazing on my sore throat. So comfort food at its finest. So this is going to be tonight's dessert. I'm going to make a parfait that I found on YouTube at Felicia Fitness Health. It is using a cinnamon smart cake, light and fit Greek pumpkin pie yogurt, and fat-free Redi whip. Okay, so to assemble our parfait, you're going to use one of the smart cakes. First thing you're going to do is put your yogurt in the bottom. You can use any flavor of yogurt, but this one is going to be for fall, so I'm going to use the pumpkin. And then you're going to put just a small amount of Redi whip, and then you'll cut your smart cake in half and layer half of your smart cake on top of your Redi whip, and then you will repeat the process until you've filled your bowl. So then again, you'll put your yogurt, your Redi whip, and the other half of your smart cake, and then top it off with the remainder of your yogurt and your Redi whip. I will post all the points on the screen, and again, I got this recipe off of Felicia Fitness Health. If you search that in YouTube, you will find her YouTube channel. And there you go. So there is a fall pumpkin parfait. And there it is. So there's a close-up of the parfait. And again, I will put in the description box below what I used in the parfait so that you can recreate that. I did hear that vanilla yogurt and the caramel apple yogurt is really good as well. So I hope you enjoyed this comfort food for your family dinner. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I will see you in my next video.